Welcome to Real World AIP, the YouTube channel dedicated exclusively to helping you implement the Autoimmune Protocol. I'm Stacey, and today I'm finally going to be making yogurt, coconut milk yogurt. I don't know why it's taken me so long to do this video. This is a little different than the other coconut yogurt AIP recipes out there because most of them use gelatin as a thickener, or many of them do. I don't tolerate gelatin, so I had to get creative and find a thickener that I could use that would make a yummy, thick yogurt without the gelatin. These are the ingredients. AYD coconut milk. This is my favorite brand. They don't sponsor me. I just love this coconut milk. You can get it at Shop AIP. You can get it on Amazon. I'll put some links below. I get this at the Asian market, so you can find it locally too if you have like an Asian market. I have not seen this at Whole Foods. Plantain is my magic thickener. I don't have any plantains right now. Fresh plantains. What I do when I have time is or say you have a hard time finding green plantains, buy a whole bunch of them when you can get them. And then what I do is I peel them and I puree them and I store them in 1 pound packages. So I always have some pureed raw green plantain ready to use. I use it in my omelets to thicken them, firm them up. They almost get like a tofu texture, no-fu. And I use them in my yogurt and my baked goods. So I like to have some pureed raw green plantain in the freezer, but if not, just go buy some plantains. And of course you need probiotic. I've had this GutPro. I used this when I made the AIP sour cream. If you haven't seen that video, there's a link here if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're on Facebook, I'll put a link in the description. The GutPro worked very well to make yogurt, but it's very pricey. And I wanted an alternative. Lucky for me, my friend Daron, the founder of Gutly, they do microbiome testing as well. I have not used their service yet. I'm a huge fan of Biome. Someday I hope to test out their microbiome testing service as well, but for right now, I have their liquid probiotic. This is not like any other probiotic I've ever seen. It's liquid, no additives, unflavored, water-based, liquid probiotic. And I just thought, like, how freaking convenient is that for yogurt making? Because when you use the powdered stuff, it kind of clumps and you gotta sit there and you gotta mix it. And yeah, it works and it makes yogurt, but I just feel like this would be so convenient if it worked. So I'm gonna pit the Gutly liquid probiotic against the GutPro powder probiotic. This is more economical and more easy to use to make yogurt. This is pricey and powder, so it sticks and you have to mix it more. This is a great probiotic, don't get me wrong, but I have high hopes for this. Let's get to making the yogurt. Before we start, as far as the coconut milk, you can use this straight as is. It is going to be very rich, decadent, calorically dense yogurt. Or what I like to do, you can cut this half and half with filtered water, or you could even go 1 part coconut milk to 2 parts water. Don't thin it out any more than that. I've tried it. I've tried every combination. It is not good if you do, like, I've tried 1 part coconut milk to 3 parts water. It's too watery. It's just not good. But if you want to do half and half, it's definitely good, definitely decadent. And even 1 part coconut milk to 2 parts water is going to be great. That's how I like it. That's how I'm gonna do it, but you can do straight up coconut milk or half and half. Just don't dilute it any more than that or it won't be good. So I'm gonna do 3 ounces coconut milk. And of course, because I'm making 2, you can make as many as you'd like. And then I'm gonna add 2 parts water, 6 ounces of water in there. And then this one, I'm gonna add 6 ounces to that 3 ounces of coconut milk. All right, close enough. Here we go. Boom. 9 ounces of liquid in each. We could have done 9 ounces of coconut milk. We could have done 4.5 ounces each coconut milk and water. I've done 3 ounces coconut milk, 6 ounces water in each jar. So next step is we gotta blend that. We have to blend that with the plantain. So for each 9 ounces of liquid, we want 75 grams of raw green plantain. And I just want to get that blended up good. Seriously, we could have just done that all together. It's all the same thing at this point. So another 9 ounces of coconut milk mix. Another 75 grams of raw green plantain, which could have totally been just peeled. Blend it up. Now at this point, we need to bring this to a boil to get the plantain cooked and thickened. So go ahead and pour that all in a pot or a saucepan. And we're gonna heat that to boiling. And as it gets hot, you gotta really keep an eye on it because that plantain will thicken and it'll stick to the bottom. So you have to be constantly whisking. Just definitely don't wanna leave that alone for too long. You'll know when you're done here because it'll get really thick all of a sudden and it'll start to bubble and then you're done there. Oh yeah, there we go. Just like all of a sudden it turns into like, you ever made instant pudding, you'll know what I'm talking about. When that cornstarch just hits that breaking point where boom, it's pudding. That's what happens with us. Look at that, you can see how thick it gets. Turn that heat off. All right. Look how thick that is. Beautiful. That's a gorgeous yogurt consistency. We're just gonna set this aside for a while and let it cool. I'm gonna get my Instant Pot ready. I'm going to put this on, there's a button here, a yogurt button. So I'm just gonna hit yogurt. 25 hours, sure. We're not really gonna need that much time, but that's fine. And I'm just gonna pour a cup and a half of water on the bottom of this. And put the rack on the bottom. I popped this in the fridge just to get it cooler faster. If your mix is too hot when you put the probiotic in, you could kill the probiotic. To be safe, this is the test. I don't have a thermometer here, but if you can hold your finger in this for at least 20 seconds, it feels warm to me, but it is not at all too hot. I could have my hand in here all day, but it's nice and warm, like a warm bath. Perfect. I'm gonna split this evenly into those 2 mason jars. So right now, these are both exactly the same. I'm gonna put GutPro in this one, and I'm going to put GutPro this one. So GutPro, if you have the little itty bitty measuring spoons they come with, it's 1 drop, which is, what is a drop? It's a 64th of a teaspoon or 5 milligrams. Okay, it's basically like the teeniest, weeniest little bit of probiotic ever. I mean, you could just take a tiny pinch, and more is not better. It's a waste of your probiotic, and then they're just competing for food in there. So don't think you can dump extra in and get better yogurt. It doesn't really work that way. As you can see, it's all, well, you can't see it anymore, kind of dissolved, but I'm just gonna try to work that in there. Try to work that in there as best as I can. Now, many sources will say don't use metal because of, they have their reasons, but I'm kind of a rebel and I like to test out those theories, and honestly, I've made yogurt without metal and with metal, and it doesn't seem to make a difference to me, so it's a lot easier to do this with a metal fork than it is with a plastic fork, trust me. All right, here's my GutPro. And the Gutly. You know, 1 drop of GutPro is 3 billion colony-forming units. 3 billion I want. This doesn't really say this Gutly. It doesn't have CFUs or colony-forming units. All right, I'll put 1 dropper full. A couple drops for good measure. Okay, 1 dropper full I used. Here's what that stuff looks like. So I got my GutPro one and my Gutly. You might be thinking, why is it gray? That's a weird color for yogurt. Well, the plantain makes it that color. You're not gonna get that delicious, perfect, smooth, thick, creamy texture and a perfect snow white color with this recipe. You'd have to use gelatin, but after this cultures, if you mix berries into it, it's going to turn the color of the berries and it's going to look totally normal. So if you have picky kids and you're worried about, oh, you know, it's not Snow White, that's okay, because when you get your berries mixed in there or whatever, not gonna matter at all. We don't want water evaporating into here from the lid, but we don't want to seal it tight. We just want to loosely cover these. And it doesn't really matter where this thing is because it's not coming to pressure or anything. We're just gonna leave this overnight. I'm gonna check back on that in like 20 hours. It takes about 20 to 24 hours. If you're using the heating pad method and it's cold out, you just lay the heating pad down, you put the 2 jars on top of it with the loose lids, and then you just cover it with like 2-3 towels. Sometimes it takes a little longer with that method, but you can tell where you're at by tasting it. There you go. We're gonna revisit this in 24 hours, see what we have, see how the GutPro held up to the GutPro that's tried and tested. I'm hoping we have a more economical and easier to mix option. We'll find out. All right, let's see. Ooh. This is the GutPro. I had to move my experiment into my bedroom. Lots going on out there. Oh, that smells like yogurt. Let me taste this here. Okay. Tangy. And the GutPro. Whoa. It's like very thick. This is much, much thicker. Let me taste this. But it's almost too thick. I probably should have checked these after 20 hours, but I didn't. It's been 24. GutPro. The lumps are, that's my fault because I wasn't watching the plantain well enough when I was heating it up, so it caused a couple of lumps. I don't mind them. You could put this in the blender if you don't like lumps. Let me just try this again. Definitely has active cultures in it. This one actually has a milder, slightly sweeter flavor. I like it. All right, I'm gonna go with Win for the GutPro. And if you like cream cheese, Win for the GutPro. The GutPro just acted quicker. Didn't need as much time. The GutPro 24 hours was perfect for. So now this is ready to mix in your favorite frozen berries or some kind of fruit or a little maple syrup or whatever you'd like. So there's how you make AIP coconut yogurt without gelatin. Nice, thick, delicious yogurt. I hope you like this video. If you want to see more videos that never see YouTube, check me out on Patreon. I have exclusive videos I post monthly. There's at least 12 of them in the archives that you'll also be able to view. Let me know if you make this. I want to hear all about it. Let me know if you have any questions. I tend to answer my YouTube comments within 24 to 36 hours. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you have, and I would love to hear your feedback on this. So let me know how you make out, and I hope to see you soon. Until then, be healthy.